So, Evan, the NHL season is less than a month away. That is right. We have NHL hockey later this month. But I wanted to talk to you, Evan. Who do we think the Florida Panthers, obviously my team, the Florida Panthers, are we gonna three-peat this year or will another champion be crowned? But no, I'll talk first and I'll pass it over to you after, Evan. I think the Florida Panthers definitely have a chance to compete again for a third straight Stanley Cup. Obviously we have the same guys. We resigned Brad Marchand, we resigned Sam Bennett, all those guys. And we brought back a big goaltender in Sergei Bobrovsky. I think we definitely have the ability to three-peat again. Not saying that a surprise team can't come out of the wilderness. Obviously the Colorado Avalanche have been up there for a number of years, the Boston Bruins, the Tampa Bay Lightning, all those teams. But I think the Panthers just have too much star power, on their roster with all the guys that we have re-signed this year. So I think Florida might, go for the third straight Stanley Cup.
Well, you know who disagrees with you is probably most NHL fans. They are rooting and hoping that the Panthers don't win three straight. But are they actually right? Or are they just using their hearts and saying, well, I don't want the Panthers to win? Well, according to Sportsnet, who I think probably agrees more with the fans than the Florida Panthers, is they think no. They think they were putting together a power rankings, and we'll link this article below so you guys can check it out. Last month, just last August, they were ranking power rankings in the NHL, and not the Florida Panthers or the Edmonton Oilers, who were in the last two Stanley Cups together against each other, neither were in the top five. So I found that interesting. They had the Dallas Stars ranked number one, so they, I guess, think the Stars are going to win it all. We'll see about that. They have Golden Knights at two, Capitals at three, Hurricanes at four, and the Avalanche at five. I believe they had
I was
Edmonton
gonna
all the.
say, if any team from the Western Conference had a chance to beat the Edmonton Oilers, I would say the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars have a great lineup. They obviously went to the playoffs the past couple of years. I think they lost to the Edmonton Oilers last year. Obviously the Stars can be back again. So we'll see what happens with
Yeah,
that.
it seems like the Stars and then Carolina and the East side, they usually have pretty good teams, but they can't fully get over the hump. Um,
Yeah,
but
they
yeah,
always lose in the Eastern Conference Finals
yeah, definitely. They do. And Florida
to the
just
Panthers.
they bullied them this last time. Jeez, I mean, like that was a butt kicking. But yeah, Edmonton was ranked all the way down at six. I think the criticism they were saying is that Edmonton might be a little fatigued, but they still have star power and they're ready to go. And then Florida was a little bit of the same. They have the Jake. They get this. They have the Panthers, the two-time defending champions, ranked all the way down at nine. That is just some disrespect, right there.
That is a lot of disrespect. Come on,
'Cause
if you didn't think we were going to three-peat, at least have us down at least have us in the top five, not down at number
exactly.
nine. Come on.
At least top three. Like, okay, you don't think they're gonna three-peat, you don't think they're the best roster anymore. That's one thing. But nine is like that's like almost fault. Well, in NHL they allowed a lot of teams in the playoffs, but that's like still like
Yeah,
mid-level playoffs. Like that's disrespectful. So, anyways, the reason why they had it is they think Matthew to Chuck maybe I pronounce how do you pronounce that, Jake?
Kachuk,
Yeah, Tutchuk or
Kachuk, Kachuk.
Okay. Okay. So with him maybe being hurt, and they've had a lot of long springs, sort of the same argument they had for Edmonton that Florida might be a little fatigued, but they did also say in the argument or the article, to be fair, that that Florida might not have a good start to the season, but they'll pick it up. That was his reasoning. But still, nine is way too disrespectful. So will there be another three-peat? Um, I think it's tough to say. But the NHL's had a lot of they've had dynasty teams before. The Blackhawks were really good. The Lightning were really good for a period. It's doable. It's going to be tough. It's definitely not going to be a given. There's a lot of good teams out there. I think Vegas is really good. I think Carolina. I know they usually lose, but they still put together a really good team. I think the Stars are good. I think Edmonton's good. I think the Avalanche are good. It's definitely not going to be easy, but yeah, of course there's a chance, and I think more than that guy's giving it for sure, and more than most NHL fans are giving it. So you're not being biased, Jake. I can sign off on that. They have a shot.